Johnny D's dad is trying to pull out a wad of cash and see if we'd let him up. How much has he got? All I see so far is singles, and I'm not dancing on a pole.
After coming off a relaxing win last week at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, watching Calvin Allison with his leg hanging out the window, cruising to the win, we now have ventured over to the east coast of the United States, right outside of the Pocono Mountains, for the tricky triangle as we're here for the Pennsylvania 175 presented by Simple Man Game Calls. This is your one and only Richard Rose up in the booth, and I'm also with Jake Little. Jake, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself?
It is a beautiful, beautiful day for some racing. We've got some overcast conditions, but I think we're going to have some awesome racing for the tricky triangle.
That is for sure. And you also know, being overcast, track will be nice and cool, and won't see much slipping and sliding. See a lot of fast speeds, and hopefully lots of good green flag action here tonight.
Yeah, it's this track has always proved to be one of the ones where somebody can either pull away and win, or somebody's going to steal one. And coming off of last season, when Andrew Bird took the win at the last race, who are you watching this race?
You know, I'm probably just gonna go for Andrew Bird. Like you said, he's been so strong this season. Won here back in June. There's 5 wins this season, so I think he's sitting on pole tonight. He's going to be the one to beat here tonight.
Now, I'm actually going to go a little bit further back in the crowd, but I think that number 17, Josh Sternal, is going to pull off the upset, and he's going to take on Andrew Bird and take the win at the Pennsylvania 175.
Yeah, I mean, it's really all going to come down to who can stay out of trouble, who can, this is the kind of track where it's hard to set your car up for, all 3 different turns. Every turn is, different. So I think whoever can get their car set up around turn 3, they will be the ones to pull away here tonight with the win.
Yeah, and you brought up a really good point. Turn 3. Turn 3 is the one that's going to bite you in the rear end. You can gain a lot of time, or you can lose a lot of time.
Right.
And even going into turn 1, the entry into turn 1 is just huge. I mean, you could ruin your whole race just by overshooting it.
I can't tell you how many times I'll be going into turn 1 and I miss my braking point and I end up in the outside wall. So you really gotta hit your marks, hit your braking points, and if you do that, most likely you'll come away with a victory at Pocono.
And that is true. But we also have in-race reporter. And who's that going to be for us tonight?
That's going to be the 79 of Danny Lowe.
Oh, Low and Order. You guys hear us talking about him every week. Danny is a phenomenal racer. He's waiting for his breakthrough moment, and I think it's coming soon for him. It could happen at this track, but I see Danny Lowe maybe taking it in Bristol coming up too.
And Danny Lowe is going to roll off in the 19th position here tonight.
It's going to be quite a fun race to watch him come up from the rear.
And also another guy that's starting all the way in the back is a 71 of Brian Hartford. He's making it, starting 31st, making it on provisional. You also going to watch him to make his way up through the field.
But I tell you what, Brian Hartford was the guy that if he started in the back and I was back there with him, I would make sure that I followed him, because he was the one that was always going to the front.
Yeah, he's very smooth, but really consistent, and it seems like he always knows where and when the trouble is going to happen. So
exactly.
He's the kind of guy you're going to want to follow. Like, even last week at Indianapolis, he started in the top 10, got shuffled back, rode around the back, and he found his way back up to a top 5 finish at the end of the race. So, he's definitely going to be another one to watch here tonight.
Exactly. And while we got the time, there are 4 spots locked in to the playoffs right now, and that is Andrew Bird, Calvin Allison, Josh Sturgill, and Kyle Frame. So those 4 are locked in to the playoffs. Now tonight, if Brian Hartford, Matt McLean, Raymond Dormer, Chuck Phillips, John Hinchcliffe, Aaron Taylor, Chris James, Sam Warren, David Clark, Sam Niederhelm, Danny Lowe, Darren Clark, Brandon Dalton, Gene Collum, Andrew Jones, Justin Barnett, Jordan Beck, Scott Masick, or Casey Heschel win. They are in. Now, I know a couple of them are not in this race, like Casey Heschel. So that's something you got to watch out for, too. And one of the names we've been talking about, Brian Harford.
Yeah,
he wins, he's in.
Yeah, he's another guy, like we were just saying just before, he's another guy you got to watch for. But you want to see if we can dial up our interest reporter, Danny Lowe?
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, Danny Lowe, Jake Little on the All Flag TV booth. You got a copy?
Sure do. What's up, guys?
So you're not probably where you want to start here tonight at Pocono. You're starting mid-pack, about 17th. What's your key to success here, and how are you going to pull off that win here tonight?
I think we are.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, I lost you. I lost you.
You there, Danny? Or Jake?
Yeah, I don't know. What was
Yeah,
that, Danny?
You
hear that, Danny? You hear that, Danny?
difficulties.
Yeah, I got you. What's going on, guys?
You starting mid-pack here tonight. Actually, going to start from the rear. What's your goal here tonight, and how to come away with the win?
I am actually going to try to hang back for a little while. This is not one of my best tracks, so I'm going to follow a few of the good ones around. I'm relying heavily on my teammates, Sturgill and Harford, and I'm just going to try to stay around to the end and try to be up there for it.
All right, man. You definitely have the car to do it, so I'll be watching you. Good luck.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good luck up there.
All right, that was Danny Lowe rolling off. Yeah, he's rolling off in the rear of the field here tonight, along with Brian Cornelius. As the pace car, he's going to make that hard left turn, probably not for the only time tonight. The green flag is out here at Pocono.
And we got Kyle Frey taking the. Looks like Andrew Bird got a nice little jump, stayed down to the bottom, kind of hidden from the camera view. As they go into turn one, it looks like.
Oh, there's a spin.
Oh, caution is out already. I told you, folks. Turn one can bite you in the ass.
Let's see here who that was. It was a red car. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Let's see here, looking for it. That was the 42 car, Chris James. He was entering the corner, and it looked like the car behind him.
That turn one, man, we talked about it.
Yeah, that was the 96 of Skylar Allen Sr. You know, the 40, look at he didn't even attempt to brake. Maybe the car in front of Chris James braked earlier than he thought. And the 96 just rammed in the back of the 42 car already here under caution for the first time tonight.
That's one of the things we got to compete with here now is you got Pocono, 2.5 mile track, 3 turns, and a caution is going to take forever. So let's go ahead and take our first break of the night. With the Pennsylvania 175 presented by Simple Man Game Calls. We will be back after this.
What does it mean in a different perspective? I see all its beauty, and I want to bring the viewer into this beauty. I face the world and think this would be gorgeous. I bring the realistic feel to every shot I frame, light, and film. Ever since I picked up a camera when I was 6 years old, I knew I wanted to capture moments of life on camera. I have a strong desire to use a screen as my canvas and paint my picture with moving images. After a 9-year enlistment in the United States Army as a counterintelligence agent with deployments to Iraq, Kuwait, and Afghanistan, I knew it was time to chase my dream. I am now a graduate from Full Sail University with a Bachelor's of Science in Digital Cinematography. I have worked with some former stars, such as Brad Kling and Nine Diamond Productions, and even networked with some celebrities. I want to capture those intimate moments, the chilling moments, the reality moments, and most of all, capture the viewer's attention. If you're looking for a cinematographer, director of photography, productions assistant, etc., you can rest assured I am the guy for the job. What does it mean to be a cinematographer to me?
Hey everybody, this is Kevin, co-host of The Buzz on ztalkradio.com, and you can catch me and my co-host Molly Spence live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central. We talk about all topics, be it paranormal, cryptozoology, aliens, UFOs, abductions, oh good lord, we cover it all, even the occasional conspiracy theory. Again, catch me live every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central on ztalkradio.com.
And we are back here at Pocono Raceway for the running of the Pennsylvania 175. Under a quick caution here, the 42 of Chris James got sideways under contact from the 96 of Skylar Allen Sr. And, you know, lap 1, turn 1, that's what you talked about in the pre-race, Richard, and you're probably not surprised at what's going on here right now.
Well, and it's got a lot of people scratching their heads. We're watching it go down from the admins all the way to the drivers, and they're like, why was that caution thrown? The guy running the race, Tommy Reed, did not touch the caution button. iRacing totally threw that caution, so iRacing totally stepped on it. Chris James was sideways, but he had it saved, so now we're like, why in the heck did they throw that caution? But you know what? We're going to get a fresh restart. We're going to get a second try at this thing, and it looks like we're going to have to go one more time around before we actually get the one to go. And this is one of the things that you have to battle with Pocono, is when you got a caution, you got about 10 minutes to talk. So that means the viewers are stuck with me and you.
Yeah, you know, I really don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, I like racing at Pocono, but like you said, the cautions, they are the absolute worst. Every time, you know, caution comes out every single lap, it just, you know, half-hour race turns into like almost an hour race, and it just looks like they're gonna go at least. I don't know, they did not get the one to go that time, so they probably got the 2 to go this time. So
no, we've seen the crews out there in turn 1. They're checking the track to make sure there's no debris out there, so that's why they're going an extra lap. So you know how NASCAR is; they don't want to have any debris.
yeah, and just you know, on that initial start, that 32 car always so strong in these restarts, but I'm always just wondering if on these restarts, if he gets it when he gets out to the good restart, if he's using up all of his tires, and that'll allow the people behind him to catch up. So
And the thing with Andrew Bird is the clean air loves him.
Oh, for sure.
When he catches that clean air, you're not catching that guy. So you basically got to catch him on these restarts.
Especially at a track like Pocono, Michigan, all these big tracks, you know, the 2.5 mile Indianapolis, clean air is key. So if you're not in that clean air, your car is going to be driving like junk, pretty much.
Yep. And the lights are off on the pace car, so that means we've got to go 2.5 more miles, and then we'll have the green here at the Pennsylvania 175, presented by Superman Game Calls. And I tell you what, last week I was telling you about the Superman Game Calls, how I bought one. I took the turkey call out this week. I tell you what, man, I wiggled that thing in my mouth, and that turkey come up, put its feathers all the way out, shook its rear end at me. I was like, man, it wants me. So these Simple Man game calls, I tell you what, you go to their website and use the code OVAL, you are going to get, what is it, 10% off?
Yeah, 10% off, and you can't beat that.
And, I mean, all you got to do is blow into it, and these bucks are coming up to you, and these turkeys are coming up to you. I mean, I tell you what's the most action I've had in a couple of years, folks. So get these Simple Man game calls.
I'll leave that to you, Richard. I don't want any of that, so you can keep those game calls.
Just remember, you put OVAL. You put OVAL in a little coupon thing. You guys be good to go.
Oh, you know, guys, I forgot to mention one thing. We have a birthday boy among us here tonight. Richard Rose, happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. It's, I turned 25 today, folks. And not really, that's what I've been telling everybody today, but I'm really 35. But.
So you turned 53.
53, there we go. Yeah. I do feel 53 sometimes. Producer is in my ear. Producer says I can take. He says I can take the rest of the night off. So.
Yeah, okay. If it makes you feel any better, Richard, I turn 2 next year, so.
There we go.
I turned 91 this year, so. Just,
I tell you what, we're going to take that hard left turn, and Andrew Bird's going to hit that gas again, and we're going to give it a couple. Look at Kyle Frey, man. Kyle Frey got what happened there? Kyle Frey took off like a rocket.
I kind of looked like the 32 kind of.
Oh, and they're spinning again. We got a big wreck and another caution, folks. And guess what? You're stuck with us for another couple minutes. Caution is back out on the track. And we talked about it. Turn 1. These drivers got to have patience. Got to have the patience to make it through that turn. And right now they are so eager because those playoffs are coming up. Or maybe just because I was talking about the Simple Man game calls and they're eager to get to the computers and get that little code in. Who knows? But here we go again, folks.
I don't know. I'm looking at the replay, and it looks like it involves the 85 of Brandon Dalton, the 2 of Justin Epperson, and the 8 of Patrick Green. The 8 makes it 3 wide going into turn 1, and the 85 and the 8 make contact. The 2 clips the 8 into the wall, and then the 85 comes back on the track.
Yeah, I think well, I can't listen to it now. Patrick Green was on the radio, and who knows if they were going back and forth. Patrick Green is out of North Carolina. So, you know, out of virtue, he's probably a good racer because he's from North Carolina. But he did win 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
He won at Daytona.
Yeah.
The first race broadcast by Yellow Flag TV.
Yep.
And you know, you were talking about, you know, people from like the North Carolina, the Charlotte area. I'm not from the North Carolina area. I'm from, you know, Michigan, Metro Detroit area, and there is no one from. Normally I bump into a few people here and there, but there's no one from Michigan here.
It's too cold up there. It gets way too cold. Like Eskimos.
You know, it's actually hot, humid, not fun, especially when you work on the heat of it. So
that is true.
Not fun.
So I promise the viewers, I promise you guys one thing: we are going to get a restart. We're going to see some fast racing, right? So stick around. Oval never disappoints. We gotta weed out the first couple where people are just nervous. The anxiety's high, the adrenaline's running. They're out in Pocono, tricky triangle. They want to go 200 miles per hour, but yeah, we just gotta have a little bit of patience. So in the first of the night, well, Brandon Dalton had gotten an EOL, end of a line penalty. Number 85, Brandon Dalton, first of the night, and then he disconnected. So we have a little bit of drama happening. Because if you go back a couple of weeks, Matt McLean and Andrew Bird, little drama that came out of that, and we've been kind of watching that closely. So, is it we have another thing kind of coming up to the top, boiling over.
You know, I'm not sure. You know, I won't be surprised. I said this last week. And probably after New Hampshire, when Angel Bird got into the 88 at Matt McLean, I said the 88 is going to get back at him. Might not be within the next couple weeks, might be during the playoffs. So you never know when it's, you never know when it's going to happen. So don't be surprised if tonight Matt McLean gets his payback, next week and Watkins Glenn gets his payback, or if Andrew Bird is in that championship hunt, don't be surprised if he makes his payback there.
And you know, he did. He told him straight up, "I'm gonna get you back." So we're waiting for it, folks. if you know us up here in the booth, we're sitting here, and we're like, we're all over it, and we're waiting for it. We want that great TV action. So if he gets it, we're gonna be here to catch it all. But
And we are
question.
Yep.
Question around the track right now. The huge question: did Kyle Frame jump? We don't know.
I just got word that Kyle Fram did not jump the restart.
So they watched it. All right.
I just got. Yeah. Yeah, I just got word that 57 did not jump, 32 did not get a good restart because he missed his timing on the restart. So that was not a jump. 57 is the new leader.
Well, why don't you go ahead and get into it, Kyle Fram, and figure out what he's got to do. Why don't we just speak to him? We got a whole another lap and a half to go. So why don't you just talk to the leader of the race right now?
All right. Kyle Fram, Jake Little on the Yellow Flag TV booth. You got a copy? Copy?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Man, walk us through that that restart there for the viewers that did not know what went on there when you took the lead.
Yeah, I think Andrew just might have had a misjudgment of when the green flag was going to come out, and I'm racing here as much as I have. I know that it comes out early, so as soon as the green came out, I hammered it. And
All right, man. Here we go. You're new leader of the race, and go look out there and see what you can do.
thanks, guys.
And that was the 57 of Kyle Fram, our new leader of the race. And should be interesting to see with Andrew Bird on that outside to see what he can do with the, he'll have a hint of clean air, but if Kyle Fram can get that good jump, I think he'll end up pulling away here.
Yeah, and I was just looking at a little bit of the results, and it looks like Danny Lowe's the first car a lap down. Now he's not. So I don't know what's going on. Looks like him and Patrick Green, it's kind of going back and forth between those guys. So were they caught up in that trouble?
I did not see Danny Lowe, but very well could have when the 85 came back up on the track. When he came back up through the grass, but I did not see Danny Lowe involved. Maybe he had problems on a pit stop that took extra time, but I'll follow up on that.
I think he's doing the whole hang out in the back thing. And I think, if I am correct, we just got one to go.
Yes, we did.
The lights are off on the pace car, folks. Pace car's through turn 1, getting ready to go through the tri-oval, the turn 2, and then we're going to hit turn 3, and we're going to be great again, and we're going to see if we can get a couple laps going. Here at the Pennsylvania 175, presented by Simple Man Game Calls, which are awesome game calls, folks. Just putting that out there.
And Richard, to answer your question, he did get caught up in that wreck.
Oh, see, we jinxed him.
Yeah, we have a tendency of doing that. Oh, he got going, and then he just got taken out by the 77 car under caution. So,
Danny Lowe did?
yeah, he got going, and then 77 spun him. I don't know if Danny Lewis is coming up, and yeah, he just came up, and the 77 came down. So
Yeah, I'm seeing him. He's racing here. All right, as that pace car gets ready to take that hard left turn off, and we got the green flag as Kyle Frame shoots to the lead. And we're going to see if we can kind of get through turn 1 here, folks. As the cars get ready to enter it, they're all hitting the brakes right now, getting ready to turn left into there. And it looks like we're going to get safely through it right now.
for now,
Kyle
can they
Frame
get
comes out. Yeah, comes
can
out.
they get through turn 2 for the first time? No, they've not ran through turn 2 under full speed here, and they're going to try to be side by side here going into turn 2 here for
I'm
second.
not trying to get anything going here, but Andrew Bird is here. Andrew Bird is gone, folks.
Not what Andrew Bird wanted, but doesn't really affect him because he's already locked into the playoffs. As we're going to get one lap under green completed here. Kyle Frame, your leader.
Yeah, we got him. We got a car spinning. Patrick Green spinning. He's into the wall. Caution.
Well, we made it
We
one
almost
lap.
got- yeah. I don't know what happened there, folks. It just looked like Patrick Green got loose. But he did spin and hit that wall.
I go take a look at the replay here. That car just damaged rear end all. Yeah, he's coming off 3. He hit the wall, overcorrected it, and got backed into the inside wall. Tough break for our Daytona winner, Patrick Green in the 8 car.
Did he disconnect? That is the question because I can't find him anywhere. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, heavy damage to that rear end. Hey, jeez. Looks like my ex-girlfriend on Friday night. We're not going to go there, folks.
You know, if he has his fast repair left, he can use it. He will have to use it. I mean, but yeah, I mean, all right. So it's lap 14. We've had, it's a 70-lap race. When do you think we'll see people start coming in? Do you think they're going to start saving fuel now, try to make it to a certain distance, or what do you think they're going to start doing, Richard?
I'd be surprised if you didn't see him coming in now. I mean, yeah, you've ran maybe 2 laps.
Yeah, you ran not
Under
even
green.
a full 2 laps under green.
A lap and a half under green. But at this point, you got to start pulling the strategy out. So, if it's anything like last year, I remember last year I raced this race. I hit the wall coming out of turn 2, and I had a major concussion out of it, so I had to take a step out for the rest of the season. But there was cautions at the very beginning, and then we got that long green run, and it looks like some people were going to take it, and then they backed out. So
the fake.
Yeah. So Rick's wrong again, folks. But I'm no professional.
I expect people from the back to come in. Yeah, we're gonna see people from the back come in here. It looked like we couldn't tell who it was that let him down. Obviously, Patrick Green's gonna be in there, and
yeah, poor Patrick.
You got Daniel Haney, Dustin Majeski, Jordan Beck, Brian Cornelius, Sam Niederhelm, Aaron Taylor, Chris James, Justin Epperson, and it seems like Andrew Bird is also in there, and he's, like you said, he's fighting the connection issues.
Yeah, and that kind of sucks for him, but And
Yeah.
on a good note, he is in the race. So something like this sucks. He's
You
not going
know,
to get a win, but
I jinxed him. He was my pick to win, and seems
yeah.
like it seems like I've been jinxing everyone this season. So
Well,
I'm
it's the
just
broadcasting
I'm
curse.
just gonna keep my mouth shut. How about that?
A lot of fans, a lot of the viewers are like, "Thank God." No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I feel bad for him, even though he does have 5 wins, and um, he has the 5 wins. He's locked in. He was really excited for this race. He obviously won here back in June. Really wanted to pull a sweep off, but if he can, if he can get those connection issues fixed, he very well could still pull it off. Still got a long way to go here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, so first right now, Kyle Frame, Andrew Jones second, Aaron Collar third, Matt McLean fourth, John Crabtree fifth, Thomas Harmon sixth, Sam Warren seventh, Matt Cherry eighth, Raymond Dorman ninth, and rounding out the top 10 is Chuck Phillips in the 27.
And
So
and look who's up there in the 11th position. We were talking about him earlier.
I'm telling you, Brian Harford, he is. He's that guy you never want to forget he's around, because he'll sneak up on you. 1 minute he's in last place, the next minute he's leading the race. So Brian Harford is one heck of a racer. I raced against them all last year. So
And the people were gonna want to look for, see if those fresh tires will take an effect. Guys like Dustin Majewski, Daniel Haney, Sam Unnerham, Andrew Bird, those guys that came in, they're 18th on back. So I believe, I don't know. I was thinking maybe get 5 laps in.
well, eventually we're gonna get the long run. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen here at Pocono.
We'll get
I
the
remember
long
it happened
run.
last year.
I honestly think if we get this long run,
Go ahead.
if we get this long run in, they'll have a slight advantage, not much, but they just want to get that edge over these leaders.
Yeah.
So when the leaders do come in, that caution comes out, traps them a lap down, and then they'll end up in front.
Exactly. And to keep the viewers up to date, Danny Lowe did get his lap back, so he's now on the lead lap. And he's sitting 27th right now. So we're going to watch him just kind of progress through the field.
Yeah, he's another one of those guys that can also get through the field pretty quick, so make sure you keep an eye on that guy.
And I think the pace lights are going to turn off for this lap, so you're going to have to listen to about another 3 minutes of us rambling, folks, and then we'll go back to the action. Lights are off on the pace car.
And the fans are probably thinking, thank goodness, can only stand so much of these two.
Yeah, well, you know what, folks? Strap in, because it's going to be a long night for you.
Yeah, honestly, at this rate, if we keep having cautions like this,
We better have a lot of stuff stored.
we'll be here till probably 12 o'clock tonight.
We're going to get you through this, folks, so hang in there. As the field's going through turn 1 right now. We got to go through turn 2 and 3, and then we're back under green. We're going to hope we get another freaking long run. Or our first long run, as I shall say.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
If anything, folks, grab you a beer, sit down, watch the action. We got you.
All right,
As they are
Richard.
coming up to turn 2 right now. Go ahead. What do you got? Is it
I
trivia?
have a quick trivia question for you.
Oh, God.
You remember how back, I don't know, when they switched it, it was a 500-mile race for the longest time.
Yeah.
So, what year did the first NASCAR race happen? First 500-mile NASCAR race happen here at Pocono. I'll give you.
I know this one. I know this one.
What?
1974.
Wow, you got one right for once.
I'm smart.
Got a producer saying he's old, and yeah, I kind of agree to that one.
Well, I tell you what, folks, we're gonna go ahead and let this pace car take that hard left turn.
Everybody's rolling.
Green flag is out as Cal front. Whew. We're gonna see if we get through turn 1, folks. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get a long green run on this one. I'm feeling, folks. Stick with us as Cal Frame leads them through turn 1. All the cars are heading the right way. We are doing good, folks.
You know, I honestly didn't recognize Andrew Jones there. I'm used to seeing him in that Napa car.
Andrew Jones is in a Napa car.
Oh, my help if I have it on the right car.
So
It's been a long day.
We have Andrew Jones coming up on Cal Frame as they go through turn 2, it looks like.
Been a long day.
Oh, turn 3. That was turn 3. I'm sorry, folks. And look at this, folks. Hold on. We are going to complete a lap under green. As they're getting ready to head to turn 1 right now, we got to fight for third, though. We got cars everywhere in the back if you're watching this.
You know,
Looks like Matt McLean and Aaron Fowler fighting for third. But Matt said, you know what, you can take this for a second. I'm just going to sit back here and watch the action unfold.
you know, for the most part, they are single file, except around the 12th position with Josh Sturgill. And we got one car off the track. That's the 27 of Chuck Phillips. And another car's around as well.
Hold on.
That was the 42 of Chris James.
We have no caution right now,
And
folks.
no caution is out.
We are doing good as we complete our second lap. Got a car entering the pits, though. I did not catch a number on it, so could that be a short pit?
It could have been in the 27 years they just blew up, and that's the 30 of Dustin Majewski that just came in.
And it looks like, Matt McLean and Aaron Fowler right now are up there with the 64 of Andrew Jones.
Yeah, you know,
we got a race right now.
It's a four-car battle. It's going to look like Indianapolis from the Cup race on Sunday, going 3 wide almost.
You wanted to see action. You're tuning into action right now.
3 wide, coming off turn 3, not quite.
Matt McLean thought about it. They almost made contact there with Aaron Fowler.
You know, Matt McLean, he's going. I don't know. If Kyle Frame wants to keep this lead, he's going to have to pretty much block off. As the 64 gets a little too high, and the 88 is going to try to get up under him, and not quite.
At this point, though, Andrew Jones has to, there's a lot of give and take that happens here.
Oh, for sure.
So, do you think he'd let off a little bit to kind of let Aaron Fowler go?
And I think so. And, Aaron Fowler, 64, said, man, you're faster. Go fight him for the lead as, that 05, he's getting pretty close to him there.
Yeah, Matt McLean even went to the bottom, and he said, you know what? I'm going to follow him, too. So he takes third position from him. And then he looked right behind him. What was it, the number 6883? Then you have John Crabtree and Thomas Harmon fighting.
And,
fifth and sixth.
Yeah, Brian Harford looking at me, he's
Telling you.
Oh, you guys.
Somebody was into the wall. Somebody touched the wall, but they saved it.
And it looks like the 71 as well.
83 blew his engine. Looks like John Crabtree blew his engine, folks. That shows you how much stress these engines are under. 21 laps in, they maybe ran 5 laps green. You have engines blown.
And the 71, I don't know what happened to him, but he got some damage.
They got Josh Sturgill up in the 7th spot. Josh just kind of hanging out there. Yeah, Brian Hartford's back there fighting for the 10th spot.
Yeah, the 83 blew his motor off turn 1, and know, Brian Hartford was right behind him and got in the back of him. Right as, you know, I was saying, Brian Hartford's doing well. What happens? Runs in the back of the 83.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's just you never know when it's going to happen here. And these engines are under a lot of stress.
I'm telling you, I'm bad luck. So
they go back over to the front, and Kyle Frame and Aaron Fowler are fighting for the lead. I mean, Aaron keeps looking to the inside like, you know what? I like this, but I'm going to hang out here.
And, you know, I'm also noticing he is running in, I think that's the one that they just went through. He ran about a lane and a half higher than Kyle Fram, trying to get that lead in as he hits the rubble strips. Aaron Fowler did and got a little loose. So if he gets this drive off turn 3, he'll be right to his bumper. And he drives in there really deep. As he's actually going to gain a little bit there.
Yeah, even go back to the 10th spot with Brian Hartford, Sam Warren, and Andrew Byrd are hanging out back here. Andrew Byrd is back, and he is on the lead lap. So, we got a slow car.
I think he just came out of the pit. Is that the 30 car?
I did not catch the number on it as they went screaming past. Most there's so much to keep control of on these tracks. It's just one thing after another.
So, yeah, I'm focusing on this battle for the lead here, and 05 Aaron Fowler, he's inching closer and closer. If he can just get this drive off turn 3, you'll be able to challenge him going on turn 1. He's going to get even closer here as he's going to look down on the inside of Kyle Fram for the lead.
Got Danny Lowe up there almost into the wall in turn 1 or turn 3.
Battle for the lead, the 05 is underneath the 57.
It's like Skylar Allen and Danny Lowe make contact in the back. We are good.
Kyle Fram gets that run off the corner for the battling the 05 for the lead. Side by side with the column turn, it's not a good idea, and the 57's going to back off.
And back here, folks, for the 16th, 17th, 18th position, we had the 96 all over the 79. I mean, they were bumping and grinding like R. Kelly says. But we're good. There's no yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, what did you say about Andy Bird coming up to the field? He's up to 11th now.
I'm telling you, ain't no connection issue going to keep that boy down.
He's battling Brian Hartford. He's battling the 10th position here now. As Aaron Fowler, you know, he's got the lead now, and he's starting to pull away a little bit. That clean air, that, like you said, that is key. You can get out front, clean air, and your car handling good through all 3 turns. You definitely got a winning race car here.
Yeah, and I wish we would have listened to the in-car audio while Danny Lowe 96 of Skylar Allen were beating it bang. Because I tell you what, we have probably had some award-winning commentary there from just those 2. But we'll probably have to talk about that a little bit.
You know, the Aaron Fowler is a little bit, but, you know, with those 2 being side by side for as long as they were, that made the 80 at Matt McLean, 64 of Andrew Jones, and the 68 and 04 Thomas Harmon and Jordan Beck come within a second of him. So now went from being a 2-car race to the lead to a 6-car race to the lead. So it's gonna get tight.
Folks, I told you, these green flag runs, they're there. They're gonna happen.
Yeah,
and it's happening right here.
Jordan Beck, he's gonna look to the inside of the 6C of Tom Trump. That's not the guy we will talk a lot about. We've not talked a lot about is that the 04 car. He's trying to look to the inside of Matt McClain for third.
Yeah, he's
got third.
He takes third over. He has not been shy to controversy this season. So we'll see what he can do when he gets up here. It looks like Aaron Fowler right now coming out of turn 3. It's just hanging out right now with Kyle Frame third, Justin Beck, or Kyle Frame second, Justin Breck third, Thomas Harmon fourth, and Matt McClain rounding out your top 5 here at the Pennsylvania 175, presented by Simple Man Game Call.
I'm watching the 04 back. He is right up against the rumble strips in turn 1. Meanwhile, when the 05 and 57 goes up a little bit, do you think that could be the difference in turn 1 with him making up all that ground with Jordan Beck?
At some point, he's going to have to watch him to see where he's making the ground, and you're going to have to block him. Yeah.
He's looking on the inside of Kyle Frame. He's going to get that second.
Yeah, so Jordan Beck says, you know what?
He's up.
It's my time to shine, buddy.
He started back in the 20th position, and he's up to second.
So now he's going to start to try to track down Aaron Fowler in a 05.
I almost wonder if these guys running up front are kind of conserving, because the 05 ran a 52.45, and Jordan Beck ran a 52.15. And we're gonna have a battle for the lead.
Yeah, and Jordan Beck comes flying up to the rear end. I think Aaron Fowler got a little loose coming out of that corner,
and he's
gonna
try
still
to make
paying for it going into turn 3.
Oh, 3 wide, that might down.
I do not know how Aaron Fowler saved that.
Let's take a ride on board here in the cockpit view of the 04 as he looks to the inside.
Yeah, Jordan Beck's going through the inside lane right now.
He's gonna look for the lead.
But see, the thing is, Aaron Fowler is so quick coming off those corners. You got to get that run on him.
Well, the 05, he's also riding higher. He get that run off. But the 04 has to, get this drive off of turn 3 like he did on the 57, and he will have to lead it. He's going to try to look high.
And we should note, folks, that Jordan Beck does have 15 laps better tires. So he's fresher tires right now. So he's getting a little bit quicker speed from that.
As he's going to take the lead.
You can see Aaron Fowler, he was basically defending that with older tires. So is that going to play a factor in later?
I mean, it very well could. And, if anyone remembers the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono back in June, Kyle Busch stayed out with 0 tires. With, what was it, like with 15 to go, Ryan Blaney came up with 4 fresh tires and won it. So I really think the call, if there's a 10-lap dash, come in and get 4 tires. That's my call to win the race. So and he is Jordan Beck. He's already pulling on to about a second lead over Aaron Fowler.
Jordan Beck says, "You know what? I got these newer tires, folks. See ya, deuces."
And, looking at his car, it could have came from when Aaron Fowler got loose. He has a little bit of right front damage. The hood's a little buckled up a little bit. So, no, not really hindering him all that much.
It looked like Matt McClain got loose coming off that corner. But he saved it, so.
looks like 57 was going to be pitting this time.
And Matt McLean is coming down too. Kyle Frame is pitting. Green flag pit action, folks. Here for you. It's a Simple Man Game Calls, Pennsylvania 175.
We got Kyle Fram coming in. Got the Aaron Fowler machine coming in, as well as Matt McLean, as you just said. No surprise
Folks,
here.
it is happening here. Did they see how fast Jordan Beck was? And they're like, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
We
got
got to go.
And he's probably gonna be. These three are probably gonna be forced in that 0-4 machine of Jordan Beck to come in. He's gonna lose so much time on those with them having fresh tires, and as the 0-5 Aaron Fowler overshot his pit box.
Yeah, it's at that time you're kicking yourself.
And that's gonna cost him a lot of time, as obviously as the 88, he came in front of the 88. Now the 88 is obviously in front of the 57 machine, or sorry, not the 57, the 0-5 machine. And the 0-5 is going to get a run on the 88. See the 96, he's also in, as well as 48 of Matt Cherry. And that's going to conclude pit stops for right now.
Yeah, and you're looking at it now. I mean, Jordan Beck, Thomas Harmon, Josh Sturgill, Andrew Bird is back up to the 4th position, folks. And Andrew Jones rounds out your top 5.
Let's see, I'm gonna follow the 57 Kyle France right now. He is, if it's updated, he is 37 seconds behind the leader, Jordan Beck. So don't expect that to stay too big for too long. He'll definitely gain some time. Just it's a question of how much before his tires start giving out.
Do you think he's actually hoping for a caution right now?
I honestly think he is. Him, such as 57, the 05, 88,
Yeah.
48.
As we got Thomas Harmon going down pit road right now, so second place is hitting pit road.
I honestly think Jordan Beck is just gonna ride it out. I think he's gonna ride until it goes empty. If he goes until it goes empty, and it goes green all the way, he's only gonna have to make one more pit stop, which is his next pit stop. So, if it all cycles through, watch him to be a challenger at the end of this one.
Yeah, we got Josh Sturgill. He's up to the 2nd position now, but he's almost 3 seconds behind Jordan Beck.
You got
So,
Bird. He's 4 seconds back in 3rd.
Yeah, so at this point, you're just kind of... And we got Josh Sturgill coming down to pit. And Andrew Bird.
So the question is, how long will Jordan Beck stay out there? Andrew Jones, he's going to stay out as well. Raymond Drummer will also stay out.
And Brian Harford comes in.
Yeah, so looks like the top 3 so far, has stayed out. But, I don't know, maybe Jordan Beck knows something we don't.
Yeah, it kind of looks like we're cycling through right now, folks. So, we're going to see what happens. Because we got to race off pit road.
I like to do, as you know, Rick, I like to do lap comparisons to see how fast these guys are going. Jordan Beck's going to come along the line right now. Last time he ran a 52.61, and let's compare that to the 05 of Aaron Fowler, who came in a 51.55, so well faster. But yeah, I just wonder if he's just gonna run it until it goes dry.
You're at this point. I mean, you had 15 laps on the leader, and right now you're up on Andrew Jones by 6.2 seconds.
But think about time. He's losing time right now. The longer he stays out, he's losing time. But the longer he waits, he'll have that. He'll obviously have fresher tires than everyone else, but yeah, as I said earlier, he's gonna let it go. He's gonna have one more pit stop if this race goes green because we have 30 laps to go. He can obviously make it. So and everyone else, he's gonna make one more pit stop. So he's gonna cycle through to the lead if it goes green the whole way.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got 17 cars on the lead lap right now. So it's kind of rough. And you got other cars that are fighting to get back on the lead lap.
And he's like I said earlier, he's the guy we don't talk about a lot, but I think he definitely found his groove here tonight.
Yeah, you're gonna have David Clark coming down pit road. I just heard that through the crew chief's radio. He was calling them in, so at this point, a lot of people are coming in. They're starting to cycle through, and old Jordan Beck is just out there. Is he a sitting duck? We don't know yet.
And I had mentioned that Kyle Fram, what did I say, they were 37 seconds back. Now they've only gained a second, which is they've had 5 laps, 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, I mean, right now Jordan Beck.
Yeah.
If you watch his in-car, he's probably like lighting a cigarette. He's got his feet out the window. He's listening to like some freaking "I Can't Drive" 55 type music. Yeah, he's cruising right now, folks.
Kyle Fram, he's only picked up about a second. Aaron Fowler picked up a few tenths. I mean, it's all starting to level out now. So
I think I just heard the number 87 of Sam Warren say his engine blew.
Tough break for the 87 as we will still.
Yep. Number 87's engine did blow. He's throwing smoke everywhere, folks.
Another guy we don't talk too much about is Brandon Parsons, as he is up to second in the number 98 Ford Fusion. And Kyle Fram, he is worked his way up to 5th as he is 5th, 36 seconds back, as we just said. Aaron Fowler didn't lose too much time after reaching this pit, but the guy that lost a ton of time is that 88 of Matt McLean, 12:40 seconds.
Yeah. And Sam Warren is going to make it to pit road, so we are not going to have a caution. You got to wonder, though, how much oil did he throw all over the track?
And Jordan Beck, he is playoff eligible. And Richard, is he one of the names you read off earlier before the race started? A few minutes, he is locked in.
I would have to go back and look. Let me see real quick, because I have all the names written down right here.
Caution's out.
Jordan Beck, yes. If he is win, he is in.
All right, yeah. Oh, caution's out.
We do have a caution, folks.
The caution is out.
I tell you what, folks, we're going to go ahead and get this caution figured out. We're going to go ahead and take our break, because we've been doing this for a while. So, Pennsylvania 175, presented by Simple Man Game Calls. We'll be back soon.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Oval Racing Series. You're listening to Kevin, the co-host of The Buzz on ztalkradio.com. You can catch me live every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central on ztalkradio.com, where me and my co-host, Molly Spence, we cover all topics from paranormal, true crime, alternate history, healing, spirituality. I mean, we cover it all, even the occasional conspiracy theory. Again, we try to cover the gamut of all things. You can listen to us again live every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central on ztalkradio.com. Now, let's get back to the race and see if my car, driven by Danny Lowe, is winning.
And welcome back to the Pennsylvania 175 presented by Simple Man Game Calls. Folks, I'll tell you what, you go to Simple Man Game Calls website, put an oval as the code, you'll get 10% off. But we're trying to find the caution right now, as what we're told from our production and everything else. Daniel Haney brought out the caution. The 0-2 of Daniel Haney. We're trying to figure that out. And we were going to try to get a interview with Jordan Beck, who is leading the race and is flying, but his pit bull destroyed his headset. So
that'll be an issue.
Can't talk to him. And we're looking at all this stuff. Let's see, where is...
I don't know. I'm kind of hearing, now I'm hearing about the 21 coming up on the 2. Watching it here.
Yeah, we have not gotten any indication.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's what happened. The 21 coming out of turn 3. Got tight, came up and hit the 2, and the 2 went spinning.
So there it is, folks. That's why we have Jake Little on here. He can get to the bottom of this stuff.
And no question about this. Pit stops. Everyone will come in.
I don't think Jordan Beck pitted. No, he did. Okay. I did not see him come in, folks. I apologize for that. So Jordan Beck did come in.
Jordan Beck did come in. He's a
I was just about ready to key him up, even though he couldn't hear us, folks, and be like, "What were you thinking?"
Oh, I know.
But it looks like Kyle Frame is back up there. So
yeah, Kyle Frame's in second right now. So
let's see if we can go ahead and key this up real quick. We gotta wait for Tommy Reed to quit talking.
Are you who are you dialing up, Richard?
We're trying to dial up Josh Sturgill. Josh Sturgill is sitting 4th right now.
All right, bud, that's all you. He's your buddy.
Hey, Josh Sturgill, Richard Rose up here, Lund Yellow Flag TV booth. How you doing? He probably doesn't have a headset.
Yeah, I don't think he has a headset, and
I don't think his microphone works.
you know, Jordan Beck, you know, he's.
Hey, Danny, Yellow Flag TV, how you doing? We're gonna get somebody to talk to us, folks.
I'm doing great. How are you?
We are doing wonderful up here watching you. All right, so you're currently a lap down. What is your plans to get that lap back?
Well, I'm about to take the wave around, so I'm going to try to get it there. Hopefully I don't get wrecked passing the pace car. But after that, I'm just trying to keep it clean. I've already used my fast repair. While they wrecked earlier the race. So I'm just gonna try to keep it clean and try to pick up as much as I can from here on out.
Yeah, I've been saying all night tonight that low and order car is looking fast, but you're just hanging out. So, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before we get back to going green?
Sponsors the Buzz, Z-Talk Radio, Z-Talk Motorsports, my two teammates, Sergio and Harford out there killing it better than I am right now.
Yeah, well, we tried talking to Josh Sturgill, but he doesn't like to have a microphone. So that Superman car is looking good, Josh. And Brian, we're rooting on you too, buddy. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get back to this. Folks, we're bringing you the action. We do. I'm telling you. Me and Jake Little in the booth. They're singing "Happy Birthday" to me. Just so you folks know.
We all love you, Richard.
There's no reason for that.
It's always a good time here.
I tell you what, we might not be the most professional, but we're the most entertaining.
But yeah, Jordan Beck, he is the leader. So he chose the outside line. We're gonna have 21 to go, 22 laps to go here. So
are we gonna have a dash to the line? I mean, is it gonna be a long? It's gonna be a long stretch of racing right here. I mean, look at what they just did.
The question is, can 04 hold off
Green.
the 32 of Andrew Bird?
I'll tell you what, the green flag is out right
Frame.
now. And we got a drag race down that front stretch. It's Kyle Frame and Jordan Beck. Let's see if we can make it through turn 1, folks. That is going to tell you everything. As Kyle Frame says, yeah, I'm going to take the inside lane. See you later.
And I wonder if Jordan Beck kind of let him have it a little bit. Maybe the 04 is going to save up his tires, let the 57 use his tires, and then go by him. But,
Jordan Beck's kind of looking to the inside right now, coming out of the
run off the tunnel turn.
He's going to be somebody.
He's going to look to the inside here.
He's going to be somebody to contend with coming in these corners.
He got loose. So, but the 04, he just backs up his corner so much, which allows him to get that run to the center of the corner, which is key here in Pocono. If your car does not turn in the center of the corner, you might as well just ride out back, because your car will not.
Caution.
And we have another
Caution is out. Do not know why, folks. iRacing has a mind of its own.
It's actually the 83 of John Crabtree. He got loose and bounced off Danny Lowe, bounced off Aaron Taylor, and got the ball. So,
Poor Danny Lowe.
Yeah, he's just getting beat on tonight, unfortunately.
We had just talked to him. He just got his lap back. The guy was all excited. He thought he was going to be able to feed his family this week off of his winnings, and this kind of stuff happened.
No, I did not get a good look off of Danny Lowe's angle. Ooh, maybe he did not touch him. Oh, yeah, he touched him. I did not see him, his right side stunted in the 79. So, now we're going to re-rack him and do it again. Andrew Bird, slowly working his way back up. He's back up to a 4th position. But rider caution once again here tonight. John Crabtree just getting loose off turn 1 and bounce off a couple other cars and keep getting in the wall. But Richard ran 2 laps, so Would you obviously not gonna see anyone from the front come in? Maybe people in the back come in. Do you think? Like
At the rear of the field, you have nothing to
Sam
lose.
Peterham, Aaron Taylor, Danny Lowe, obviously, Brandon Parsons, Matt
Yeah.
McLean back there.
And this coming from the Oval Motorsports Lounge. The EOL is happening to number 83, John Crabtree. This first of the night. So that is just coming down from the almighty Tommy Reed,
Race director and all.
or otherwise known as God. The number 42 of Chris James will get the lucky dog, the free pass, as I like to call it. And speaking of pitting, Danny Lowe did come in. So Danny Lowe's going to get his fresh tires, and he's going to get that low and order machine. They're going to crack some cases going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you know? I'm going to throw some useless trivia your way, okay?
Oh boy.
Useless, right? So this is stuff that goes on in my head. All right. So you know, Pocono is one of the very few NASCAR tracks that is not owned by Speedway Motorsports or International Speedway Corporation. So those two basically own like every track on the circuit.
Right.
They don't own Pocono.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually owned by the Mattioli brothers.
I
Like
don't
the
know who
family?
they are, but they sound.
So Mattico, they also own South Boston Speedway in South Boston, Virginia.
Never been there, but I've always wanted to go there.
So yeah, they're third generation members of the family-owned Mattico. There's just a little bit of stuff that happens inside my head, folks. Or Wikipedia, whatever
Alright.
one.
All right, Richard.
Go ahead.
Pocono Raceway, called the Tricky Triangle. Okay. 3 different sets of corners.
Yes.
It is. These turns are actually molded from 3 different racetracks. Can you?
Oh, you're gonna
name
do this
3
to me.
of
You're
them?
gonna do this to me.
Can you name the 3?
I know one of them is Indianapolis.
Okay.
It's New Hampshire, isn't it?
Nope.
Oh my God! I knew it was Indianapolis.
Okay.
I just can't think of the
okay.
other two.
Turn 1. It's a 14-degree turn.
Yeah.
It's molded on the old Trenton Speedway.
Trenton, yeah, Trenton.
Turn 2.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yep. Turn 2 with a
And then the
solid
Milwaukee Mile.
9-degree banking. Indianapolis. Turn 3, which is the Milwaukee Mile.
Yeah. Turn 3 is actually 6 degrees.
And you know, I just came across that fact you were telling me about by the who was it? Mattioli family owning the track.
Same website I was going to.
Yeah, I mean, this track, you know, it might seem boring, but if you're actually out in the car, it's actually a real fun track to drive if you know what you're doing.
And that is the problem half of the time.
If you don't know what you're doing, then you'll be like me and run 30th every week.
Or me that gets booted up to the booth.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of why I stepped away from driving.
I like to use my concussions as an excuse.
But, you know, I have one big win, my overall iRacing career, that came at Daytona last year.
So I'm just getting a text message from somebody, and it's saying it is pronounced Matt Eoli.
Matt Eoli, Mattioli, whatever.
So, but I just got a text message, and it said Matt Eoli. So
Matt
I'm
Eoli.
sorry for the viewers that are listening in. I apologize.
I gotta look at this. Okay, I guess I can see that. Matt E. Okay, I understand.
in my defense, Wikipedia did not have the. I mean, my brain did not have. As we're coming down into turn 3, folks.
No, but take a guess how many laps I led in that race,
See,
Richard.
See, I get these kind of messages, all right? So this guy knows how to pronounce Mattioli, but he cannot put a Mountain Dew bottle on top of a car. What? What? I just said it. Live stream. What? As we're going into turn 3.
Oh, it's actually turn 2.
Is it?
It's turn 2.
Oh, I screwed that one up. All right.
So, okay, all seriousness, what does Jordan Beck have to do to get this lead back?
Well, I tell you what, he was looking fast. So I'm gonna. I only know that. Oh, whoa! I don't want to say that one out loud. Woo,
This is a G-rated. This is a G-rated show, there, Richard.
I said a girl that I stop. So yeah, he is looking fast though. So I think he's not gonna have a problem. He's not gonna get that much of a lead, but I think he's gonna be somebody to contend with. As we're gonna find out here.
Oh, Kyle Fram gets an unbelievable.
Got you loud and clear. I don't know why you can't
Caution
hear
is
Earl.
back
Can you hear
out.
me?
They're wrecking.
Did not hear him call that caution.
Folks, you're stuck with us again.
Aaron Taylor's involved. Scott Messick's involved. Let's see what happens. Going back here. Oh, that happened. Oh, the two-car. The two-car of Justin Epperson.
You know, Facebook car?
Yeah, the Facebook car, he goes, hits the 08 car, which knocks him into the 73, then collects the 21, the 24, the 00, everyone in the back, so.
Well, I tell you what, folks, let's go ahead and let's take a break. We're going to be back here at the Pennsylvania 175, presented by Simple Man Game Calls, here soon.
Hey everybody, do you like a good ghost story? How about an alien abduction story? How about spiritual healing? Do angels really exist? Can people be possessed by demons? Are artifacts really possessed by spirits of the dead? Hey, do Ouija boards really work? Or are conspiracy theories true? You can find out every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central by listening to The Buzz, co-hosted by me and my co-host Molly Spence. We're live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central. Now, let's get back to the race and see if our car, the Buzz car number 79, driven by Danny Lowe, let's watch it win.
And welcome back to Pocono Raceway for the running of the Pennsylvania 175. Richard, it's been an eventful one here tonight. Are you disappointed in this race?
I am never disappointed in ovals racing because you know what? We come here to see racing. We come here to see Rex, and right now it looks like Kyle Frame and Jordan Beck are the ones to watch. But here we go. Look who's sitting third.
Yeah, Andrew Bird had ambulance connection issues earlier on, but you know a lot of people are saying, did you say Jordan Beck? Yes, Jordan Beck is running up in the second position on an actual great pit call that, you know, through the cycle he was ahead by 38 seconds, but get it going these last. If this 15 laps can go green, I think he'll be able to pass Kyle Fram. For the 32 of Andrew Bird, he's probably just gonna pass pass both of them. So watch the 04, watch the 32, and even watch the 05. They've all had speed this entire race.
And if you're just tuning in, we are at the Pennsylvania 175 at Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. We have had 6 yellows for 22 laps. So there's been some awesome racing. We had that long green flag run, but we have a lot of people that they can't get over the fact that you can't win the race in the first turn or on the front stretch. So
but also,
that's what we've been battling.
Also, remember what they say: cautions breed cautions.
Exactly.
So, you know, we're gonna get the. I think we're gonna get the 2 to go this time. Probably gonna restart with 11 laps to go. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because we seen the safety crew on turn 2. They were picking up a napkin from the fans back there. So we got some drunk rednecks hanging out.
Hey.
They were just making sure the track is clean, so we can get this racing happen.
Oh, for sure. You don't want any hot dog wrappers or whatnot to get on Kyle Fram's car or Andrew Bird's car and overheat. So
Jordan Beck's car is so fast that I think that you got Kyle Frame hoping that like a Walmart trash bag lands on Jordan Beck's car, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Oh, for sure.
I tell you what that I could do. If he would pay me enough, I would take the Simple Man game call I got in my back pocket, because we're going hunting afterwards. I'd take that and I'd chuck it on the course at Jordan Beck's car. But I don't get paid enough, so I'm going to have to keep this little Simple Man game call in my back pocket for hunting later, so that Buck can come up and rub his butt on me and everything.
Wait, you get paid?
Oh, yeah. Anyways, folks, yeah, we're going to be going back to green here in
Man, I don't get paid. No, but I mean, Jordan Beck, I think if he gets a good enough restart here, keeps his fender in there going into turn 1, he will have a shot at getting the lead. Because you notice on that long green flag run, he was riding along those rubble strips. He did get the lead, so yeah,
that's true.
Watch for that.
And if you go to simplemancalls.com, we are under yellow right now, so go do it now, all right? Go do that and look at those sexy bearded men on the front website cover.
What are you doing on there, Richard?
I visit this like once a day. I want a beard. Like, you guys, go check out their beards when you get a chance. simplemancalls.com. Check out the epic beards. And then while you're there, buy a call and put the word oval in the coupons, and you get 10% off. Win-win, folks. Go do it after this race. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. All those stories Richard tells me, I'm kind of scared to get one.
I'm telling you. I'm glad that I had a Simple Man game call and not one of those Dale Jr. calls. It would have been really awkward.
Yeah, but lights are out the pace car. Let's focus on this. The lights are out the pace car. Kyle Frame's your leader. Jordan Beck is in second, and the 57 chooses the outside. The same line that Jordan Beck chose 2 cautions ago and did not get it, but Andrew Bird. Don't be surprised to see Andrew Bird try to make it 3 wide going into 1.
And that is true. How many laps we got left there?
We're going to come to the green flag. It'll be 11 to go. 11 to go.
I know you got all the information there. And we're getting word that Andrew Bird is blinking.
As his connection, not all the greatest, but it is starting to level out here. But
he's up to like 750. I mean, that's about that's my iRacing number, if that tells you anything, folks.
Yeah, not what he wants to see, but as we're gonna have 11 laps to go here, I'll be watching that 0-4. We'll be watching the 17 car. But
as that pace car turns in, Andrew Bird just goes to the bottom. He's blinking a lot though, so he's letting people get past.
Jordan Beck did not get that good of a restart, but like I said earlier on, maybe he's doing this on purpose. Maybe he's letting those 2 race hard. Use up their tires and he's just gonna go right by him.
Yeah, we're just hanging out as we made it through turn 1, folks.
For now. But Aaron Fowler, he's been pretty quick here tonight as well, and I don't know, I just think Jordan Beck is just riding out. I think he's riding.
Hey, he's just kind of, do you think he's saving tires at this point?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they're coming up to what, 10 laps to go?
They're coming to 10 laps to go here.
You got to start making a move soon. How soon?
Yeah, if he can stay within, let's see, he is half a second. If he can stay within this half a second, he'll be good to go. But if he falls like to a second, one second.
Oh, we got a car into the wall. Jordan Beck spinning.
It's a little hard. Nah, man.
That is not what he wanted to happen, folks.
Yeah,
and that is all it takes right there.
Well,
Aaron Fowler got into the wall, and Jordan Beck just happened to be there.
Say the 0-5 fuel, grabbed the corner, got a little high, got out of the groove, hit the wall. 0-4 happened to be there. Wrong place, wrong time.
We've got a lot of stuff happening in the backgrounds too. Patrick Green was spun. He's frustrated.
Yeah, and the 96 is also sideways too.
The folks with Jordan Beck spinning out of nowhere, getting caught up in that. Josh Sturgill moves up to 3rd. Brian Hartford's 4th.
The 96 looks like he was coming. Oh no, there was no contact. That was neck code between the 96 and the 30 car. And everyone else was just checking up. But, for you guys that out there that don't know what neck code is, it's a very frustrating thing where you get close to another car, but don't even touch them. There's a good gap between you and another car. So I can speak from experience from this. I've been taken out from this while leading. Richard, I'm sure you can relate to this. It's not a fun situation.
It is. It's very frustrating. I mean, yeah, they were way back in the pack, but they think they're going to finish better. But you have to come all the way up to the beginning. All right, we're not going to just skip over this, all right? Andrew Fowler overdrives the corner, and it happens to collect Jordan Beck. How frustrating is that? Like, to know that this race was in your grasp, and the guy in front of you
Yeah.
overdrove.
It is very frustrating. I've been in this situation multiple times with what Jordan Beck was in. He's sitting 25th in the points right now. He is playoff eligible. He would have won tonight. He would be locked in. But,
He was a fast car, folks.
Yeah, that.
And to add to it, he just disconnected.
Yeah, he disconnected. A frustrating way to end a dominating performance by him. He definitely had the car to beat outside of Andrew Bird.
And now you're looking at just the top 5 alone. Andrew Bird's sitting 6th, all right? So he's outside of the top 5, but he is still there to strike. We have Kyle Frame, Aaron Fowler, Josh Sturgill, Brian Harford, and Andrew Jones. That is your top 5.
And if I'm not mistaken, the 17 and 71 are teammates, right?
Yes, they are teammates.
So maybe see those two to work together here a little bit.
And I'm trying to see where. So Danny Lowe is their other teammate, is sitting back in the 12th position. So he's kind of there too, but
anything can happen though. We're gonna get probably around 5 or 6 laps to go. This will be the last caution lap. The caution after this will end the race. Because iRacing does not have green, white, checker finishes yet. But
we're gonna have to call for that. We're gonna call iRacing. It's gonna happen, folks.
I really believe if these last 5 laps, these drivers are gonna drive the wheels off. They're gonna try to get what they can on these racers here. We already know we're fine.
So what you're saying is going to end at a caution.
I don't want to say it will, but I honestly think it will. Just because people in the back are trying to get to the front, which they've not ran up front all day, just causes more problems.
I'm telling you, folks.
If they can just go, get single file, get the draft off someone, get the run off the corner, we'll be fine. But if there's another caution right after this, we might get a 1-2 shootout. But I think they just got the 2 to go here, so we'll restart with 5 to go. So no, if another caution after this comes out,
and they're actually talking in the drivers' chats right now about green white checker and how they hope they get it. I mean, they gave us dirt racing, folks, so they can give us a green white checker.
Oh, for
I think
sure,
we're gonna have to make that a hashtag green white checker, and we're gonna have to put it all over social media.
I'll set the call up iRacing and say, hey, what gives? We want green white checkered finishes. Now give it to us. But yeah, I am not disappointed in this race. It's a good race, but like I said, I was talking about Andrew Bird. He has connection issues. He was my pick doing tonight. Talking good about Jordan Beck. He wrecks out. Why am I such a curse?
Well, it happens.
It's happened
I think right now, if you look all the way back to like Brian Harford, he's kind of wishing you would talk about the top 3 right now, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah, well, if I did that, then I'll have people after me. So.
And Josh Sturgill's hoping you talk about the top 2 a little bit more. It just kind of gets further and further.
Yeah, like I said, I've raced with Josh Sturgill. He was one of the very first people I've raced in league racing. He's a very fast guy. He's hard to catch. If he gets out front, he's hard to catch.
Well, I'm telling you what.
He's lurking. He is lurking.
Josh Sturgill is hanging out behind Aaron Fowler. Aaron Fowler does have a damaged car.
So, can that affect him aerodynamically?
Brian Harford is behind Kyle Frame. Kyle Frame has a nice looking car.
So, expect that the 71 all up.
We're going to see how this plays out.
All up the rear of the 57. We'll see how it goes.
You go all the way back to Andrew Bird is behind Brian Harford. Andrew Bird's blinking all over the place. but he's going for the win, folks.
Yeah, he's probably saying screw the connection. I want my 6th win of the season.
And it kind of seems like he has his problems just under yellow flag. Once the green flag drops, he's pretty solid. So, we're just going to have to see how this plays out, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you know, Brian Hartford, he gets that one win, he's locked in. So, I mean, Josh Churchill, he's already locked in. So, question is, will he make an unnecessary risk?
I tell you what,
I mean,
folks.
if he can make a risk and it won't affect him, but if he makes that risk and he screws up, it will affect his teammate at 71 possibly and the 0-5 of Aaron Fowler.
Well, grab that seat and let's go, folks, because it's a green flag at Pocono 175, and they're wrecking. Straight up took out Kyle Frame.
What did I tell you?
Folks, we got to figure this one out, folks.
Is the 71 car is the new leader once we get the... Hold on, let's figure out what...
There's a lot of controversy happening right now. And folks, I'm going to tell you what.
The 71 might have just won this race.
But how did that all happen? I'm gonna go back and watch the replay.
I'm watching this right now. I wonder if maybe the 5 spun his tires and then kind of lost traction. And then
Looks like the number 5 got into the 57.
the zero
Or did the 57 come in?
it kind of looks like the 0-5. If you look at it, it kind of met in the middle. It looks like the 0-5 came up, maybe that side draft, and then the 7 came down as well.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm watching this. All right. I'm no professional, but the number 5 starts coming up. The 57 comes down. They both connect in the middle.
I just wonder if the 0-5 is trying to already get that side draft going, just slow the
And exactly.
down.
But you're a race director. We call this one.
You know.
Exactly. No. That's all we needed to hear was you stuttering and stammering, and I feel sorry for Tommy Reed right now.
I'm glad I'm not a race director anymore. I'm glad I hung that helmet up. I'm glad I could.
Right now, Brian Hartford's in the lead. So right now, Brian Hartford's gonna get the win. So as of right now, Brian Hartford is locked in the playoffs.
As of right, if he takes this checkered flag, as of right now, we are getting word that Tommy Reed is reviewing the race car. So, we're not sure we're gonna stand by on this right now, but right now, as of right now, Brian Hartford is the leader.
Do we key in right now and get those heated moment interviews?
If you want, you can. I'm just gonna let everything cool off, let everything cool down.
Oh, Aaron Fowler got pushed to the back.
And it did kind of, I don't want to say that was intentional, but, that was...
All right, folks, I am doing this one for Yellow Flag TV. All right, here we go. Hold on. We have a lot of controversy. Kyle Frame, Richard Rose, Yellow Flag TV booth. Got a question for you. You got me? Got me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. I want it right now. Can you take us through that restart? All right, because we've watched it, but what happened? can you tell us?
Well, I'm really not sure, honestly. I got a good jump. Aaron and I were both trying to race for the same position. I mean, we're teammates, so no hard but it's just racing.
And that was the question that I had with you being teammates. How's it going to make the next race? I mean, you both are racing for the lead.
I'm sorry, Richard. I missed what you said there.
I said being teammates and how this has happened. Does it change anything with your outlooks or anything?
Oh, no, not at all. We're good buddies, so like I said, Aaron and I we race a lot, official and everything, so we're all good.
Well, folks. All right. Well, we were just trying to get your look into it. We will be back later. Folks, we were trying to get to Ian, but these guys, they're all good buddies. They just, sorry. So,
And I just got word from the racetrack here that Ryan Hartford will pick up the win. So he will lock himself. He'll be the 5th driver to lock himself into the playoffs.
I just want to that again.
His teammate Josh Sturgis is going to finish right behind him. So
where did Andrew Bird finish?
3rd.
He finished 3rd. So Andrew Bird's going to come in 3rd.
So
Hey,
up and down day for Andrew Bird.
yeah.
But
It's been one of those races, folks. And you're getting to that point now where we're starting to race for playoffs, and it's every race is becoming more and more important. I think that's lap 70. I think that is.
I think they just got the white flag, didn't they?
They just got the white flag. Yeah.
Yeah, they just got the white flag. So 2.5 more miles.
Well,
And
I tell you what.
Yep.
Why don't we go ahead and take a break, and then we'll get back to the winning interviews. Will that work?
Yeah, let's go and take a break. We'll get the race results set for you guys and the post-race interviews. And welcome back, everybody. We just concluded the running of the Pennsylvania 175 in the Game Calls Cup Series, and it was a a wild one here tonight. Wild finish with Brian Hartford picking up the win, his first win of the season. Josh Sturgill, his teammate, finished third, and Andrew Bird third. So I'll go ahead and dial up our third place finisher, Andrew Bird. Hey, Andrew Bird, Jake Lone, Yellow Flag 2, you got a copy? And he started on the pole. He had connection issues, fell all the way back. Still experienced connection issues. How would you rally back to get a top 3 finish?
Very, very careful not to mess anyone else up with my connection issues, and it's just been extremely frustrating this past month having those issues. I got lucky at New Hampshire to be able to race without connection issues, but I did good. I had to go all the way to the back or race all the way to the front. If I didn't have that last issue right before one of the starts, I think I had a really good chance. Hopefully next week, and I feel like there's a good chance it'll be fixed my internet for Watkinsglen, and that's one of my favorite trucks, so hopefully we can go redeem ourselves there.
Alright, man, good job. You pick up your 12th top 5 on the season. Who out here would you like to thank tonight?
I want to thank Tommy. This league has continued to progress in the right direction over the season. It's doing quite well. We've had some good races recently. Besides, we had a good one this week in the middle of the race. Simple Man Game Calls are sponsoring the series. You guys for doing the broadcast, and all those people do a great job.
Alright, man, well, good job on the third place finish, and we'll see you next week at Watkinsglen.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, that was our third place finisher, Andrew Bird. Let's go on and dial up our second place finisher, and Josh Sturgill.
Yo, Superman, Josh Sturgill, go for it.
Hey, Josh Sturgill, Jake Little on the Yellow Flag 2 booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Man, you started all the way back in the 30th position, deep in the field. Walk us through your run here to get the second place finish here tonight.
Yeah, I missed qualifying, so I had to start way back there. Most of my day was just kind of spent trying to be consistent and stay clean and work my way to the front so I could be here at the end, and it worked out. I missed that win. I kept having bad restarts, getting bad jumps, and nothing changed at the end there. I had a bad jump, and Brian had a good one and got out front.
Yeah, speaking of restarts, you had a front row seat for that restart with the contact of the 05 and the 57. Walk us through what you've seen and your interpretation on it.
I couldn't tell whose fault it was. I think 57 got the jump, and I think it was the 05 or 5 was trying to suck some air, I think, off the quarter panel, and got a little too close, bumped them, and they both spun around.
Alright, man. Yeah, that's pretty much what we saw up here in the booth. And who would you like to thank, if anyone?
Yeah, I mean, everybody that's involved in this league, Simple Man Game Calls, especially Z-Talk, The Buzz, Tommy, Danny, everybody that's involved, I appreciate it. This league, like Andrew said, it just keeps getting better and better. We had a good run in the middle. Hopefully we can take some of them cautions out in the future.
right, man. Yeah, good run here tonight, and see you next week at Watkins Glen.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, let's go down to our Andrew Payne's Victory Lane, where Brian Harford,
2016 champion.
yeah, where Brian Harford is celebrating his first win of the season and is locked in to the playoffs. Hey, Brian Harford, Jiggle on the Oak Flag TV with you. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And I don't know if you were expecting that to happen on the final restart. You sent me in the right place at the right time. Walk us through your run here today to pick up your first win on the season.
No, as did Josh and Danny. We all missed the qualifying session for some reason. I just spaced it off, and I got things happening at home here. But yeah, just trying to be patient. I wasn't making any aggressive moves, backing way off on the corners, letting guys go. If I got to run, then fine, I'd try to go for it. But if I didn't, I'd just stay right behind them.
All right, man. Yeah, you had a front row seat like your teammate Josh Sturgis did on the restart. Walk us through once again what you saw and pretty much your point of view on it.
I was concentrating on the start, and I just seen looked like the guy on the right side just either looked like he cut off the guy on the inside, but I couldn't tell. I was concentrating on the start, and it'd be bad to say anything to any of those guys.
Yeah, well, the important thing is you're now that we see like to see anyone wreck at the end like that, but you are locked into the playoffs, the fifth driver to do so, and you're gonna go for a championship when it all comes here. So congrats on the win, and we'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
All right, thank you. I'd like to thank Buzz Polo Ward, Simpleman Game Calls, Oval, Danny, Z-Talk Radio, Z-Talk Motorsports, Josh. They're all good teammates. Josh gets a little aggressive at times, but it's all good.
All right, man. Good job tonight. See you next week.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what, though. He brought up a great point. Josh Sturgill can be a very aggressive driver at times, but it pays off. Look at him.
Yeah, he missed qualifying. Him and his two teammates all missed qualifying, and you know, two of them are sitting up in the top two. So it really doesn't matter where you start these races as long as you stay out of trouble. And you know, you can be here at the end. You know, Brian Harford, he started 28th, and Josh Sturgill started 30th. So
I'm going to tell you, shades of 2016 with the Z-Talk 71 Brian Harford and the Andrew Bird paint scheme, Victory Lane. I seen it all last year. I fought this guy left and right, and we're trying to just get a win against Brian Harford. And tonight he comes out and he shines again. But it's not minus all the controversy. I mean, that final wreck, that changed everything.
yeah, you know, like I said, he was in the right place at the right time, and not the situation we want to see at the end of a race. We never like to see people get taken out or, you know, touch and get contact and bend. But, you know, Brian Harford was in the right place at the right time, and he comes along with the win here. So
sometimes that's what you got to do in racing, right, man?
That's for sure. And, you know, let's go through our final results here tonight.
There you go.
And, Brian Harford, as you just said, picks up his first win of the season. His teammate Josh Sturgill finished second. Andrew Bird, who won the Buzz Pull Award, came back and finished third. Andrew Jones, continuing to progress, Andrew Bird finished third. Andrew Jones fourth. Thomas Harmon fifth. Matt Cherry sixth. Daniel Haney finished seventh. Pat McLean recovers to finish eighth. Aaron Taylor finishes in the top 10. Dustin Majewski, another one that missed qualifying, will finish 10th.
And then Danny Lowe finishes 11th. Skylar Allen Sr., 12th. Brian Cornelius, 12th. Brandon Parsons, 13th. Raymond Dorman, 14th. Patrick Green, coming out of North Carolina, finishes 16th. Chris James, 17th. Kyle Trito, 17th. Kyle Frame, 18th. But he was caught on that late night, or the late action. Sam Niederhelm, 20th.
Yep, and Aaron Fowler will finish 21st. Chuck Phillips, 22nd. David Clark, 23rd. Sam Warren, 24th. Jordan Beck, after a dominating run here tonight, will finish 25th. Brandon Slow will finish 26th. Justin Barnett finished 27th. Justin Emerson, 28th. And Scott Masick, 29th. John Crabtree finishes 30th. 31st. Gene Collum. Brandon Dalton, after being involved in one of the very first cautions, will round out the field in 32nd.
Yeah, and I tell you, yeah, it's only gonna get better from here.
Oh, for sure. We have 5 races left before the playoffs. We still have, we got Watkins Glen, we got Michigan, we got Bristol, we got Richmond, and we got Darlington, and those are a lot of good, still got a lot of good racing before the playoffs. So
guys are just tuning in to some Mad Game Call Cup Series. You're at the best point. Stick with us, folks, because it's gonna get good. We have a lot of spots to fill, and a lot of people going for those spots.
Oh, for sure. Next week,
and we have some short tracks coming up. Temper's gonna be high.
And next week, let's cap on next week. We're gonna make left and right turns. That's right. We're gonna hit Watkins Glen International
out of New York.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I love that track. It's one of my favorite tracks, but it should be a good one here next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be something else. And then it's one of those tracks. I firmly believe that somebody can steal one.
Oh, for sure. We'll have those, if any, road course ringers coming up. So, I don't know, but remember Andrew Bird, he won back in Sonoma. He could very well pick up that win next week.
Yeah. You're going to be fighting a lot of great road course drivers next week, I'm telling you. So all I got to say is tune in next week, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Oval Facebook page, or the Yellow Flag YouTube channel. It's going to be good, folks. And you get to listen to me and Jake Little. That's just like the added bonus. Ain't it right, Jake?
Yes, sorry guys, I know we're boring, but we try our best.
I don't know what he is talking about. We're the best damn commentating team in Facebook and YouTube, folks. So check us next week, as we'll be back. And you know what? I might even take my shirt off next week, folks. We'll check you out at Watkins Glen.
Okay, Will Ferrell.
I'm on fire, folks. All right, let's go. We're out of here, folks.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Thank you.